3, 2, 1.
Sorry.
Want to try to get it? Okay. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you nailed it.
I did.
Well, welcome back to Lady on the Street podcast. If you haven't been here before, my name's Priscilla. I'm your host. And you guys, after taking a hiatus for a couple of months, I am very, very excited for today's guest. We're going to stick with that theme because I would say that every time, but I do mean it.
Yeah, she does. I heard it. I was like, she's lying to me.
So today's guest is absolutely no stranger to social media. You've probably seen him or one of his characters on your algorithm because he's a self-proclaimed pendeja who also has a true crime podcast. What gets more pendeja than that? Yes. His show is called The Double Face, but he's better known as JosenotJuan. Welcome to Lots Podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me. I love, just want to start off by saying that if you guys don't see this, it's aesthetically beautiful in here. It's so calm, it's relaxing. I just want to lay down and tell you all my bad stuff.
Ooh, let's do it.
It's a therapy session.
I know. I'm like, Dr. Priscilla is ready.
Exactly. Just glasses. You just need them.
Oh, let me use yours. No, I've been looking forward to this one, and I just want to give a little brief background on how I even came across you. So a couple months ago, we were at this, we're going to get into this, but we were at this influencer party. He's the influencer, not I. I went as a guest, as an attendee, I guess. You were the guest.
Yeah.
And so there was probably 20 pretty much Texas, a little bit from somewhere else, but Texan influencers there who do a lot of work on social media, Jose being one of them. And when I saw that he was going to be there, I was like, I have to go. And so my sister and I ran into you and we were like fangirling a little bit. And I was like, let me just go ahead and try and see if he'll come on the podcast. And you were so sweet to me. Like, thank you for agreeing, first of all, because I technically am a stranger.
Well, you know, one thing that I told you from the get-go is that I appreciate, first of all, I will do for women first before I do for a man. And you came up to me with the guts of like, I don't know, 15 man, honey. And you were like, hey, I would love to have you on my podcast. And I said, yeah, just because you came up to me.
So sweet.
Because you said it with conviction and you were like, let's do this. I was like, yes, I'll do it.
I love
don't give
it.
a fuck. You know, you're the, sorry, can we
yes, you can, yeah.
So there is somebody else who came up to me in Cali. Not the exact same energy, but almost. And I was like, I'll do it just because you came up to me.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of guts.
I mean, I did it, but I was pretty nervous. But I was like, I'm just going to own it.
You didn't show it, baby.
Good, I'm glad.
You did that. And so I was really impressed. So I love strong, independent women. So
I love it.
Yes, vámonos, mama.
INDEPENT.
Not the rights.
I know, right? We don't own the rights.
I know, let's remove that.
I'm like, nor am I a doctor, so don't listen to me at all.
At all. I am. Just send me your money.
We're going to have a doctor name for you by the end of this.
I know, because I hope so. A real doctor. I don't want somebody who wants to play a doctor.
Ain't no role playing here.
Okay. We could.
You're like, I'm down for it.
I am.
Okay, so again, thank you for being here. I want to go ahead and just get right into it a little bit. So where are you from? Are you from San Antonio?
So I'm born and raised from San Antonio.
Love that.
In the West Side. And I grew up in, if people know that you know San Antonio, the West Side, I grew up in primarily all the projects courts, is what they call them. And so, I mean, anything that around the West Side, 36th Street, 19th Street, Tampico, everywhere you can think of, I was there.
Yeah. So how was that growing up over there?
To be honest, I hated it when I was younger.
Really?
Only because when you're younger, you don't really appreciate what it has to offer. La cultura, the people that surround it are loving. Yes, we all come with our problems, but there's something about the West Side that has the ability to love you unconditionally. Yes, it spits you out this world, but the West Side always carries you for some reason. And so now growing up, I'm like, oh, I love it. It has nothing but great memories.
Yeah.
Even the bad ones, like when they come up, I'm they don't overpower the good ones.
Right. And I do think that having that background really does instill so many different things inside of you. It makes you stronger as a person. Like, I feel like if you have grown up a little bit rough around the edges, you're just a better human being when you're an adult. That's my opinion. But
I think so too.
Right?
I think I'm the lady on the street.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
But it's true. There's something about, like, I grew up in the West Side, and I can remember when I was younger, I had a friend, Maria. And, you know, back then you didn't have the cell phones. And she was like, hey, let's go out. And it was like a Saturday in the daytime. We had nowhere to be. We were teenagers. And she brought her boombox. We plugged it into the public library. It was a women's library or some library that's right next to Las Palmas. We plugged it in and we were just dancing and singing.
Yeah.
And it was a moment that you'll never take away from me because it was just enjoying the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, and nobody ever bothered us.
I was going to say, and you can do that over there.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? And people won't even bat an eye. It's
I know. Where she lives, you can't even park outside after 10.
I'm going to tell you, like.
On the streets.
Lady on the street, like, what? You can't be on the street. They're going to tell you. What are you talking about?
These streets are lies. They're too polite.
Oh my goodness.
No, I love the hood. The hood is good and fun.
The hood is good. Hashtag the hood is good.
And fun.
I have to then ask because, like, I don't know, for some reason I just feel like maybe you would know about this. But did you ever cruise military, go honking downtown, go cruising downtown on a Saturday, Commerce Street?
So I have two best friends. I have three, really. But I have two best friends. Oh, no, all three, actually.
Yeah.
All three hood rats would convince me to go to... I hadn't met one of them yet. But two of them, they would convince me that they wanted to go to Military Drive. And so we would do this with her sister. Her sister was asleep. Her parents were out of town because they worked out of town. So they would just pay the bills and all that. Well, one day she was like, hey, we want to go to the military. So we open the gate. We pull on reverse the car and we take it all the way, pulling it all the way to the stop sign, and we take off. After that, we take off to military. But I didn't want to go. No, that didn't. Something about it didn't appeal to me.
Right,
it never appealed to me. Watching guys stand by the car, gawking at you.
Yeah,
I love it as an adult, but
you're like, I wish military was still
around. I would be in a bra strap, honey.
Talk about lady on the
streets. Yes, mamita. We would take this out in the streets. But no, I didn't like it. I still would tell you to this day. My best friend Rosa, I hated it. She thought I still love it.
Yeah.
Take me back. I'm like, ew, you hood rat.
I mean, I'm married, but I feel like take me back too. No. It's like so nostalgic for me. I'm like, I had no business because I was a teenager, but like we sure as hell did go cruise military.
We did too. I did too. I was a teenager too. And it was fun at the time, but I would mostly, once it got really boring, I would just go to sleep in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
And they would just wake me up when it was ready to go.
No, I also think too, like on Commerce, so I don't know how we had, I guess my friends would have older siblings and they would go down Commerce. So we would tag along, but I don't know how Commerce Street. Yeah, Commerce downtown, people would just Saturday night.
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
By the mall.
Yes.
So yes, we would go to Commerce. We would cruise with our friends' brothers, and then somehow, some way, I remember we would get off of the car with, like, I guess, I don't know who we were with, but I would end up on some man's bike. I would end up on
This is the right podcast, girl.
On some man's bike. And again, sorry, baby. This was before you.
Before you came along. Don't be getting upset. It's her past.
But yeah, we would go, and I'm like, my mom didn't know where I was. Like, yeah, I could have died so many times on those bikes. They would be doing,
me too.
Wheelies.
Just different things.
Oh yeah, they'd be doing like wheelies on the highway, and I'd be like, please don't kill me, you know. But there I was, cerca, wanting to get on the bikes.
Ew, nah.
Ew.
Yeah, kinda. I never did that though. I feel like I did some other stupid shit, but not that.
Not that.
No. But I had so much fun too, just not with, because the gays, we would do different things. We would go to the park.
Yes.
Olmos Park, and we would just hang out, barbecue, and that was your cruising time. That was your military.
I love it.
And so on Sundays, the same best friend Rosa, she would have an older sister, And her older sister would be like, "Hey, do you want to come with me?" I was like, "Duh, bitch. Take me now."
Take me now. You're like, or Rosa's taking me to military. I don't want to go. I want to go to Almost.
Well, no, she didn't know we would take her car.
What's her name? Do you remember her name?
No, I can't say her name.
Okay. Well, she knows now.
Yeah, because she's very proper, so I don't want to put her name on.
Got it.
My best friend, she don't care. She but no, not her. She's very proper.
Okay,
so
okay.
Like,
I appreciate that.
yeah.
Okay, so that goes back though. Yes, I do feel like growing up on those sides of towns, and I'm sure the other sides of town have their own set of troubles, but like it just makes you a better human, you know?
And it's fine.
Yeah.
And you learn.
Yeah.
I feel like you get to decide, like along the way, you do get to decide, you know what? That's stupid.
Yes.
I'm a grown up now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do those stupid shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you can also say, wow, that was a good time.
Let's do it again.
No. Maybe in the next life. But yeah, I think I've already fulfilled some of those.
You're like, no, looking back, girl.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. So you're from the West Side.
Yes.
You've been here in San Antonio, but a little bird told me that you were a stewardess. Is that correct?
So we're not in the fucking 70s anymore, so they're called
flight attendants. Okay, I knew when they told me that, and I was like, why haven't I heard that word in a flight attendant?
It's somebody older told you that.
It was actually my husband. And I was like, a stewardess? I haven't heard that in a flight attendant.
It's called a flight attendant. I just recently let that go. I'm all you pinche viejo. Good. Thank God he's good looking. And smart, so forget it.
We'll forgive him.
We forgive him this time. But he pulls that shit again, you're out.
Flight attendant.
3 strikes, colero. Yeah, so I was a flight attendant for different companies, and the most recent one, I was like, I'm so done.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot of fun. I traveled everywhere.
Yeah.
Not a lot outside the country, but in the country, we would fly to almost every state and stay there. As exciting as it was, sometimes it was really boring.
I bet.
Because you would get to see, because you're not as seasoned as some of these people that have been here for 20, 30 years that'll get the good schedules. Ooh, baby, you get the Oklahomas. No offense, Oklahoma. I love you, honey. I love hee-haw. True. And I don't like you smoking in the bars, but I still love you. But they're not the best or fun of places to go to.
Right. You're getting like the more... not so exciting.
Like I love Albuquerque, but I'm like, hi, Albuquerque.
Like, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Te amo, but I'm sorry.
You tried it.
Yeah, you ain't no Denver. Denver's fun, honey.
I have never been, but actually my husband wants to plan a trip to go visit a friend that lives over there. They love it, so I believe you.
Oh, yeah. So I went one time with a friend, and went to Denver. I love her. She's the Hood Medium. Please follow her. She's phenomenal. Okay. And she is what she sounds like. So she does medium. She's a medium.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, I'm going to go to Denver. She's like, come.
Yeah.
I'll take you around. You're going to love it. And she took me to go eat, and she took me to Mexican food. She took me to the wrong place. Hold on. Because she was like, do you like this? And I said, this is my opportunity to lie or to tell the truth. And I was like, fuck it. If this is where our friendship ends, I mean, we weren't strong. I told her, no, this food sucks. She was like, what do you mean? I said, who? Because she was eating fries that were like watery.
How do you even?
Put sauce in? It was just weird. It was so weird. So That's
called a mashed potato.
I happened to take my best friend's daughter because she had never been, and I was a flight attendant. So I was like, I'll take her. This is her first trip, and she'll remember for the rest of her life. So sweet. And I took her, and I said, Mija, try it. And she tried it. She goes, can we talk later? We got to the hotel room, and she was like, those are the most disgusting fries. She's like, what was that food that we ate? I said, Mexican. She goes, why is it different here?
Oh my God, you're making me laugh so much. I'm like, on the mic.
Well, if I'm breathing heavy, who cares? I'm a big girl. That's why I have my stomach covered. So if you see me, is this on YouTube too?
Yes, it is.
If you see me on YouTube, I'm so sorry I'm fat.
No, be kind to yourself.
I am kind, but this is the truth. I'm as honest as possible. To a fault, you know.
No. Well, okay. Did you ever live anywhere else though? then?
Oh yeah, New York, LA, Denver. I'm sorry, Dallas, Los Angeles.
Well traveled.
I try to be, but I graduated in Dallas from theater school, so I was there for a few years.
That's
Yeah.
really interesting to find out. It makes sense now.
Right?
Yeah. It's like, oh, you know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, well, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't know when I was younger.
Yeah.
I did like theater, but I thought
Right.
it was because I was gay. So I was like, la di
La
da,
di da.
gay is back. And so I just thought that was the natural thing to do.
Right.
But I didn't know that it was my evolution
Yeah.
to this world.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know that's what I had to offer.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it's weird. I always thought it was funny, but I didn't think I was funny to present on stage.
Oh my gosh.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Until the opportunity arose and I was like, oh,
yeah,
people do like this.
Yeah.
I actually kind of am funny.
Actually,
No, I really
kind
thought
of.
I did. I swear I was like, I have a tight circle of friends
Mm-hmm.
and they would always say, ha ha ha, you're funny.
Yeah.
But nothing like past that.
They're like, oh, he's always telling jokes.
Yeah, I'm fucking annoyed. Yeah.
Like, there he goes again.
Oh my gosh, she eats a lot.
She likes watery fries.
Wow. I rebuke it, honey. I rebuke it, Denver.
Well, then
So gross.
It makes perfect sense, though, that like, I mean, I guess in the moment when you were making this happen, kickstarting your social media career, like the first video that I remember seeing of you was, I don't know if it's obvious, but like the funeral one.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I
The
feel like,
funeral.
yeah, that was like the one that I first noticed you. Then we started following you, and like
Thank you.
Everybody that I know knows you from some of your content, whether it's that one or whatever else you're doing.
Correct.
Right now. But I want to know then, like, how did that even come about? What prompted you to do? And was that the first one that you kind of like did?
Took off?
Yeah, that took off, I guess.
To be honest, I had other ones, but nobody really realized. Like, it's not like I took it somewhere because of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so the best friend's funeral, it happened to be that people were doing like a casket video.
Yes.
And I was like, so I had been dubbing my voice over, other sounds. So I wasn't really using my own voice. And then one day I was looking at the videos and I said, I think I can do my own words.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so I sit down, I put the phone down and I start recording. The first one didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Like some of it, I used the same thing that I thought was funny.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not going to use that, but I'm going to use this.
Yes.
And so I re-recorded it again. And every single time I re-recorded it, the necklace part that I was just pulling the necklace would jam or make too much noise.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to re-record that. So on the third one, it flowed so well that I almost thought, there's no way this is going to work like this.
Yeah.
Well, the highest I think my videos would ever get at the time was about 1,000 views.
Really?
10,000 if I was real cheeky, honey.
Yeah.
Real cheeky. She was feeling herself with 10K, honey.
Chiquita.
No, just cheeky, honey.
Just cheeky.
Let's be honest. And and what happened to go, I was working out at the time and I just uploaded it just to TikTok. I wasn't uploading it to any other platforms. And so I started putting my little fanny pack because I'm no lady apparently. I put my fanny pack, my phone in my fanny pack, and I started walking to the park, and I can hear bzz, 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 bzz. And I was like, oh, okay. Grindr must be busy today.
What did I post?
I'm a popular girl. I was like, I think I should move to this side of town. And so sure enough, I happened to pull it out, just not Grindr, the phone. And I pull out the phone and I'm getting notification after notification. It's like 1,000 views.
Yeah.
5,000 views. And my best friend's calling and she's like, what the fuck are you answering your phone? And I was like, because I'm minding my business.
Yeah.
And she said, Jose, your video is taking off. It's going viral. And I said, what's viral? So I opened up on TikTok and it's at 10,000.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, I'm famous. I made 10K. But before I could even think, it went from 10K to 100. No, I think it was like 50 and then 100.
Yeah.
Then 150. And I was like, whoa, 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 that's too quick.
Yeah.
And by the time I knew it, I think it was already at 1 million.
Yeah, that's insane.
And the first thing I thought is, how do I keep their attention?
Yeah.
I appreciate this one, but that means now I've got to get to work.
Yeah.
And so I thought, if I was at a funeral, what would I do? And I thought, oh shit, I would talk to my best friend again.
Yeah.
And I had told her in the first one, who did your makeup? Who did? It was your fucking sister, right? And so I was like, oh, now I got the chance to do another video by doing her makeup. So I did her makeup. And then the third one, I thought, well, if it was like a real, you had the Rosario, then burial. And I thought, okay, so I have them for like another video.
Yeah.
And so I did a Rosario.
Yeah.
And that's how I turned it into a novela.
Yes.
So I did about 41 episodes, and people started getting like, oh, okay, this is enough.
Yeah.
Because I went through an obstacle course of making up ideas and doing things. But what it did is it finally took out that creative juices out.
Right.
And it forced me to start thinking on my own.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best part. I was like, oh my God, thank you, universe. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of headaches.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful for it. But yeah, I'm grateful for that.
That's amazing. And it's crazy that like for some people it can literally just happen like it's got to be the right content at the right time. And I think that that's exactly how you hit it for that. But not only is it like that, you're truly just hilarious.
Thank you.
And relatable. It's like everybody I think can resonate with like, that bitch is here. Who invited that? Like who invited her?
Don't worry, I'm thinking the same thing.
So like, I just think we all know somebody that has like that personality, and if not ourselves. But yeah, so it's just really, it's refreshing to know that like you were kind of uncertain and you just took a chance on yourself, and it paid off.
And it even to this day, like when people talk, I get my own goosebumps because I'm so proud at the part of me taking the opportunity to say, I am an actor.
Yeah.
And I can make you laugh because I don't know if I consider myself a comedian. I do stand up, but I don't know if I consider myself a comedian yet.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people that are on stage doing the hard work, those are comedians. Juan, for example.
Oh, yes.
But I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah.
I think I have the rights to say I do comedy online.
Yes.
But I don't know if I have the rights to say that.
I get what you're saying, but I think you're on that path for sure.
Oh yeah.
And like, I guess, how many stand-ups like have you done?
I think I've done 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10.
He's a comedian.
No.
She's
She's funny. It's about 11 stand-up things. It's come with its obstacles as well, because people that have been doing it for numerous times, they can't stand me.
Yeah.
Some of them, not all of them.
Yeah.
Some of them I praise them because I'm like, thank you for letting me be part of this, for being in your circle. But I have gotten the bad part of it where I've had a guy, what a fucking douche.
Yeah.
He was so rude to me in the back. In the front, he was really funny.
Yeah.
But in the behind the scenes, he was so rude to me. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where's this coming from?
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I'm a bitch too. I deserve it. But I didn't know where this aggression was coming from, because I was like, oh my God. And he was just like, no. Like straight rude.
I feel like also the internet, the comedic space, the entertainment business, like there is just so much room for people at the table. But when we talk about, social media and that instant like hit, I think that the people that didn't have it that way are the ones that are a little bit sour about it. You know what I mean? Like him, whoever that was. Yeah,
F you. I can't say it. But I have to say that this is the era. I didn't grow up in the era of where I watched YouTubers. I watched. They paved the way for some of us to like start this online stuff. But I have respectfully accepted it and said, what else can I do?
Yeah.
How can I elevate this stardom from being online? Because the goal is really to do acting on a sitcom.
Yeah.
And then moving from sitcom to movies. But I have to prove myself, and I know I have to do the work.
Yeah.
So this is me doing the work.
I do think that it's really great that you have those outlets to do the work on, and you don't necessarily have to go through hoops and leaps and bounds. Like you can do it from San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, I will say like your content, I feel like is so niche, but also, and that's good. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's good because it's niche and not everybody's doing it. So it sets you apart is what I'm saying.
You know, thank you. Because I think so too, in the sense of, because I've watched other comedians like Tony Talks. Do you know who that is? He's a very smart man and very funny, and his production is just exceptional. I watch him and it's always funny, 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 funny. And I think this is not right, Jose, not to your aesthetic. I am funny, but there are times that my viewers need to see that there's more to life that has to offer, and it's the pain.
Right.
I want them to see that I also hurt in the characters, and that as I develop these characters, I want them to know that they also have the same backgrounds as you.
Yeah.
And growing up in the West Side, so for example, my mother was a recovering drug addict, but didn't recover until I was already in my mid-20s.
Okay.
And that taught me that story needs to be told.
Yeah.
And so just recently, because a lot of the times they'll ask me, hey, where's the mom? Because grandma and the granddaughter, exactly. They're always asking, hey, and I thought this isn't the right time to tell it. I'll wait for the right time.
Yeah.
So Mother's Day came up, and I normally don't have I don't have a script ever.
Yeah.
It's always on at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I thought to myself, I woke up that day and I said, oh, today's Mother's Day. And well, my mom's passed away, so I really don't have somebody to go to tell that to. So I thought to myself, what if there's someone else who also doesn't have their mom or their grandmother to say Happy Mother's Day? So I thought this is the moment to tell the story of where the granddaughter gets to explain where her mom is.
Yeah.
And so I put her as mom was in jail, and that she's tired of writing the letters. And so as I did it, I know that I'm going to have the moments where I have to cry. And I can kind of do it on cue too.
Yeah.
So I wanted the grandmother to be her rock.
Yeah.
And I wanted to show that she can be vulnerable, and they can be vulnerable with each other, and that it's a safe place.
Yeah.
Because Latinos, that we sometimes forget to tell each other this is a safe place.
Yes.
We tell each other, or we'll tell each other, the kids don't get strangers.
Yes.
But we forget to tell each other, this house, you can say whatever you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, aquí estamos bien.
Yeah.
But so I wanted to have that moment with them, and when they explained it, all I heard was, I grew up like that.
Yeah.
I grew up like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. And I just thought I was just giving her voice.
Yeah.
As a teenager, because she's in my head, she's only 12.
Yeah.
She looks grown. She's got a
she looks
5 o'clock shadow. But I promise she's 12.
No, but it does. So like, it does take so much effort, content, like planning to get this content out. And then I do love that. Yes, it's comedic, but there's a purpose behind a lot of what you're doing as well. Like you said, you wanted to connect with people who don't have a mom, don't have a grandma, don't have a reason, quote unquote, to celebrate Mother's Day. And so what a great way to connect with your viewers, to reach a new audience, and also let people get to know a little bit about yourself at the same time.
And I did it as well, because as I'm telling the story of the characters, I'm also being selfish in the sense of, I want my viewers to know that they're safe with me. Yeah. I'm going to fuck with them. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to treat you the same way as if we were in person like this. Yes. And like I came in and I was on, mira, ya van a ser las pinches 8:00. I came in because I want her to know that because if we're friends, we're friends. Right. I'm going to talk to you just as normal as possible.
I love it.
And she was just like, okay, do you want a drink? And I was like, yes.
Yes, and I was like, the drink's gonna make up for it. And you know, I have to say, so normally, not to get off topic, but I normally start the podcast asking what we're drinking, right? This man, right? He was like, I said, what do you want to drink? And this girl, I should say, right? I said, what do you want to drink? And he said, water. And I was like, water?
I was trying to be polite.
I was like, water. And he was like, well, you live real far.
Oh, well, you live, I mean, you don't live across our street, bitch.
And I was like, well, I can make a margarita, make it worth your while. Like,
and I was like, yeah, everybody says that, but she can. I take it all back, and I do apologize.
Yeah, no, I was like, I was actually shocked. I was like, maybe I didn't explain this clear enough. What do you actually want to drink?
Yeah, she sucks at this. Turn off the cameras.
I know. I don't give too many details. I guess I should get better.
She is horrible at that.
Well, because I'm from like the mindset of where people are like, well, what are we going to talk about? I heard like, what are your questions? I don't like to give the questions because I want it to be as, genuine as possible. So I just kind of leave it like bare minimum. I think I tell everybody, like, I'm going to ask you about what you're doing online. We'll talk a little bit about the background, but I don't think I even gave you that.
No, you didn't tell me shit. You didn't tell me shit, bro. No, but I never ask what we're going to do. I mean, I'm not at J-Lo status, but wait until I do. Then I'm going to be like, let me see the questions.
Yes, yeah.
But I'm really good on my feet.
Yeah.
So even if you were to like try to drive me somewhere, I'll drive it right back somewhere
yeah.
I need to. Yeah. But no, honestly, I wanted to be fresh every single time. I just did one with two guys in California, and they came to me.
Which one?
So it's called the Bad Monday podcast.
Bad Monday, okay.
Bad Monday it's so good.
Yeah,
and they're good looking.
I have to listen. I love La Plática.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
well,
they need to reach out to you.
Well, let me tell you. Well, even if they don't, that's okay. But I told them, these two guys, I said, you guys are very good looking like La Plática. You need to be on YouTube because they're handsome devils.
Oh, it's only audio.
It's only audio. And I said, you don't understand.
You're missing a whole audience.
You're missing a whole. That's exactly because I was like, you're good looking, you two boys. And then you just can't. They're Cali good looking.
Yeah.
So they're different level.
I don't know what that means, babe.
They're good looking, cabrona. They're good looking. I'm telling you, honey. Well, they came over to the pool, and that was their first time shooting outside. And they were so kind of distracted by what was going on, like the sounds and so forth. I was like, stay in the moment. Yeah. In my head. Yeah. But I can't tell somebody, right?
Yes.
So, but that's how I guess I grew up. And so anytime that somebody's talking to me, I try to stay in the moment. Yeah. So I don't ask questions like that because I feel like it's unfair. Yeah. Because if you're prepared, I want to know how prepared you are. Yeah. By the questions you're asking. Yes. And that makes me feel comfortable. Yeah. Because did she do the work?
Right. And I do think, well, I mean, I think that kind of really does speak to the platform, the podcast, the interview that you're doing is I have had some people that are like, oh yeah, we don't prepare anything. We just like it to be supernatural. And I'm like, it can be natural, yes, but you got to have a game plan, I think.
Correct. And you've got to at least know where they're coming from because I have been in interviews where I've said something and they're like, what is that? Yeah. And I was like, that's my main page. Yeah. What do you mean? That's you don't know anything about Juan? And yeah. Like, I'm gonna look it up after this. And so it drives
kind of
me.
Insulting
it's almost
bit.
A little bit insulting,
right?
But I don't expect people to know who I am. I just expect them to do their homework.
Well, and also if they're asking you, yes, yeah, you're like you got to do a little bit,
just a bare minimum. Oh my God,
that's funny. No. Well, and speaking of that, like knowing all the things you're doing, I find it a little bit like, I mean, it's very cool, but a true crime podcast, like how do these worlds marry into you?
Because I grew up with the women, and women have always made an impact in my life. Whether I thought about it when I was younger or not, like it didn't understand it. I grew up with 4 older sisters, a grandmother, an aunt, and a mom in one house.
Wow.
And so and one younger brother, but these women paved the way of how I protected my circle, how I loved, how I cried, how I screamed, how I fought. Yeah. So everything was taught by and for women.
Yes.
And so when I was doing all my stuff, like my abuela character, her name's Paula, that's my real grandmother's name.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so I tie things into it.
Yes.
But as I wanted to do true crime, I also wanted to bring it in because true crime can educate women that, because for the most part, and I'm not saying men shouldn't be careful. Yes, men should be careful as well, but for the most part, it's women that constantly have to worry about men hollering. You can literally wearing sweats and they'll still cat call and do stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to educate women of what could happen when you're not expecting it.
Right.
And sometimes, as brutal as these stories are and as heartbreaking, I want them to also know that it's not just always laughs.
Yeah.
There's the scary parts of life.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I was just talking about one of them, and it was so scary because he happened to say something that the little girl wasn't expecting when he was trying to pick her up. He drove the car up, and the little girl was always taught, don't talk to strangers, because that's what parents always say.
Yes.
And they stop there. They don't go past that.
Right.
Correct. And so he said, hey, no, I know your parents. He said, so they told me to pick you up because they want me to take you to so forth. Plus, I have pictures I want you to see. They're really beautiful. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah. She got in the car, and luckily she survived, barely.
Yeah.
But it was those moments that I wanted them to know that you don't stop at the questions of, or don't talk to strangers. Right. It has to be more than that.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, there has to be cue words. There has to be, like, if they ask you, tell them to ask for the code. What's the code word?
Yes.
That code word you can't use at all. That you can't play around the house with it. So it's things like that I want to educate. Even if you already know. Yeah. I want you to know the bad parts to it, because there are cucuys out here.
Well, there are.
There are.
But also just like, yes, I feel like when people say like, oh yeah, I already know, or like, yes, I know, we forget to do those reminders, you know? And especially like I've told I don't talk to the little ones that much about it yet because they're literally here all the time. But my older daughter, I'm like, when she was a little bit younger, I'd be like, if you're outside playing and somebody's like, come look at my dog, you know, like, don't fall for it, you know? And I'm like, we don't have friends in our neighborhood, so we
don't like anybody.
So you know they're lying.
What that's the interesting part is that, so years ago, I actually took care of two of my nieces. They were around the exact same age. And
I bet you're the best, Uncle.
I'm not. I'm fucking scary. Because as I'm scared of life, I'm also scared for them. Does that make sense? And I remember I was teaching them, like, watch your back, blah, blah, blah. You know, trying to do the best that I can. Yeah. I remember that, so the driveway would go up like a hill, almost. And so they had like a slip and slide at the time. And so it was really cute. They got dressed in little shorts and shirts, and they went outside, watered it, and they ran inside, and they're like, Tio. And I was like, what? They're like, that man stopped the car and said, we have a pool. Come to my house. I would like to show you. And luckily, I had already gone through the process of teaching them that they ran inside, and I was like, don't ever trust anybody. Don't believe them. Don't do anything. Yeah. And they ran inside. They explained what the car looked like. They told me exactly how he was dressed. Yeah. So they paid attention more than they should have, and which was perfect. Yeah. So I stayed up that night. I've like, for the next few nights, I feel like I could not sleep. Yeah. I drove around when I dropped them off at school. I wanted him to know that he's not going to stalk us. Yes. That I was going to stalk right back. As scary as it was. Yeah. But you weren't going to scare me or these kids in our house. So I drove around the neighborhood, because normally it's in the neighborhood. Yeah. And I drove around, never found it. Yeah. But he never came back.
Oh, no. And you hear it all too often. Like, even on neighborhood apps, I'm always seeing where they're like, somebody drove up and tried to talk to this kid or blah, blah, blah. But I think that we are so, like, we oversee everything as parents, as adults, as uncles, as aunts. Like, we just forget how quick and easy it can happen, you know? And so we always have to keep our eyes open.
And not to stray this, we'll come back to this. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, you're good.
But I just saw a video on TikTok. So the mom was in the room, and I guess the door was unlocked.
Yeah.
A man walks in, and the child happened to be right by the door. The child couldn't be any more than like 7, 8. And he walks in and convinces her, lifts the child up, starts walking towards the door. I guess the mom realizes exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And she says, who's in here? And luckily there's a camera inside, and I noticed there's like thousands of cameras in your house, so it's a little scary, but good for her.
It's because we have little ones, so
yeah, like, you have to protect them. I get it. Yeah, it was just really weird walking up to
I'm
it.
Sorry.
No. But at the same time, I was like, good for her, girl. But it's luckily, even in your own house, when you think you're at your safest moment,
yeah,
somebody can just walk in and take that.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen Abducted in Plain Sight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it literally can happen without you even realizing it. And over time, too. You know?
Yeah. Yes, but let's get away from this dark and scary. Ugh. It was a dark and stormy night. I'm just kidding.
Jose was feeling spooky.
Spooky dooky. I love spooky. Don't even tell me, because what if they won't think just spooky dooky one?
And I saw your cup. And I was watching your live last night. By the way, and I was like, oh, look. And you were saying you were like Halloween. And I was like, oh, I already know so much about you.
Oh, yeah. I love Halloween.
Yeah.
So someone sent me a gift, and it was a Michael Myers tumbler.
Yes.
Oh, did you see how it
was so cool.
So beautifully. It was just gems.
Sparkly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, very gay. It was Pargas Creations.
Oh, yes.
Pargas,
yes, because you're like Pargas. Creations. No, not Pargas. It's Pargas.
Pargas Creations on Etsy. And she did a fantastic job. She did shadowing on the cheekbone. It looked exactly like Michael Myers.
No,
so she did a great job.
And then the other side was like his
the knife.
The knife,
yeah.
Right?
The bloody knife.
Yeah,
It was left in the room.
Look at that's your true crime.
Yes, that's why I love true crime. I'm like, girl, I love it.
I love it so
I just don't have the mics to do this. Like, it was a dark, cold night.
Bum, bum, bum.
Exactly. But when I do it, stop it.
Oh my God. You're making my cheeks hurt.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about back to what we were talking about where we met, that influencer party. Have you heard, are you up to date with like all the
cheese man?
Yes.
Oh, girl.
And I feel so bad because Derek, like, I know you're part of this. I'm sorry that this happened if you hear this, obviously, but
well, I think he's in love with me, so he'll probably listen to this.
Yeah, no, I don't know exactly what happened, but if I can sum it up briefly, the story that I've heard is that they had this influencer party that was supposed to be a pre-bash to the launch of a TV show.
Correct.
A reality show. They invited a bunch of influencers to come to this party to hype it up. And they also sold tickets to a bunch of guests who were excited it was like a meet and greet, like a massive meet and greet almost.
Correct. An elegant meet and greet.
Very elegant, yes. There was like food, there were drinks, there was a DJ. The venue was so pretty.
Beautiful.
Yes, very pretty. So it was fun and it was so exciting. And there was a camera crew in there, and all of this was like I was just people watching, honestly.
Yeah,
didn't really know what to even expect. Did you have any idea of what to even expect?
So to be honest, I had asked. So I am if you haven't noticed, I have control issues. And I do not like the unexpected when it comes to like these meet and greets. So I had asked the day before we had a dinner. And so I was like, hey, what are we supposed to do? And the main person said, oh, you should ask me if you have questions. I said, then why do you have me asking that young 20-something-year-old that came back with 2 words?
Yeah.
I said, you should tell me this.
Right.
I said, you're the adult. You should tell me. Like, you're the grown-ups. You're the one that's handling this. Why am I asking you questions? And then the person, and I'm not trying to be rude. It's just she never got to like a valid answer.
Right.
And I almost got another couple of like words, and that's it. I think that the message behind it was supposed to be, you'll find out, we have a message for you, or we have a surprise for y'all after. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
I said, for me, I said, because I'm not signing nothing, honey.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And she says, no. Well, yes, for the people, for the other people. But they announced it, and the mics were so bad that not even the people that were closest to the stage could hear it.
Could hear, yeah.
Yeah, it was a poor, it was poorly executed.
Right.
And so a lot of people were like, what did they say?
Yeah.
What did they say? One more time? And
excuse me.
I know I was yelling in the back, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I was up and speak up. Because I really wanted to know.
To know, yes.
And come to find out that I found out while I was with you all as well, is that they were doing a reality show. And I was all, oh.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with that. I
Yeah.
don't know anything, because they'll ask me on my live, and I said, you need to speak to the horse's mouth.
Right, exactly.
Because I'm not the horse.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just the entertainment.
No, but it's funny though, because the camera crews were there, so my sister and I were like trying to avoid being like whatever camera crew that was. I was like, we're not trying to be part of like the whole thing, you know.
Correct.
We're here, like we're
but
excited
they
to be
didn't
here.
ask us either. We didn't sign anything.
Right. Yeah, and
So
normally they can't.
Correct.
So we enjoyed ourselves. I'm not going to say we didn't. We enjoyed ourselves.
Me too.
We left. We had fun. A couple weeks later, this I guess it started with the Shoddy Bay stuff.
Yeah, I think Shoddy Bay's was part of the discussion, but it wasn't. I don't think it started there.
Not well. Like, I mean, the confusion started day of. Shoddy Bay was supposed to was invited. Hearsay. So yes, there was that confusion, and I won't go into too much detail because, like you said, we are not the horse.
Correct. And then I think she seems pretty confident in herself that I think she should speak on her behalf, because she has a company.
Oh yeah.
And if somebody was speaking ill of my company, then I'd make sure that I take control.
Yeah.
Like anytime that
no,
go ahead.
I'd make sure I'd take control.
No, I have control issues.
Not the pun there. Isn't it called take control? No, I'll bleep that.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it to be honest, it's true, because I tell my best friends anytime we go somewhere, you represent me. Yeah. Even my friends, you represent me. If you get out of line, it's my name, not yours.
Right. They're going to know that was the person that was with him.
Correct. I have to apologize for your behavior.
Yeah.
I said, so if you can't control your manners, understand that it's okay. I just won't take you to these events.
Yes.
So if you're a hothead or whatever, I'm not taking you.
Yeah.
So I don't mind losing friends that don't understand my vision.
Yeah.
Because, baby, I got goals, honey.
I love it.
And you're in my way.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you're either walking with me or like move aside. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I don't have time to educate.
Yeah.
Your mama should have done that. I don't have time.
No, well, so I will just like end the conversation on that topic at that. I think that whatever the message was about this reality show somehow did not pan out as it was either explained or as it was expected. And so there's a whole series that you could tune in if you wanted to. You'll find the content. You can find anything that you're interested in.
Might be boring, but yeah.
But if you really wanted to go into it, like there's that. But anyway, I was excited to have something like that for people in San Antonio, because I'm like, oh, that would be really cool if it were a real thing, you know?
So was I. When I heard about it. Like when I heard that, I don't know what he said, Kiki.
Yes.
I don't work with him, but I was happy for him. Does that make sense?
Same.
Yeah. And I thought, good for him.
Yeah.
He has a family. Like, you have to look out for you and your family.
Yes.
And I have my family, which is my best friends. I have to look out for me, because in order for me to get to buy them their houses and get them relaxed and have them not get away from work and not have to work, I have to hustle. Yeah. So the only people I worry about is them and me. Yeah. And so I always think of it like, good for them. Get your coin. Yes. But I think it's a lot of bullshit when it comes to these things. LA seems to work really well with each other. Whether they like each other or not, they have the mentality of, we have to hustle. It's all about that over there. Correct. Yes. In San Antonio, we do have a smaller mindset of, I come first. Yeah. And I've come across people like that way too many times. Yeah. And it kind of sucks. It breaks my heart.
I think so.
But I've noticed San Antonio has taught me that I can't work with everybody.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
sad. Yeah. Because you would think like you could help lift each other at the same time, but
No, yeah. I've had an experience, I won't say names, but I've
yeah.
had experience where a person online would say, "Oh my God, I'm all about the people. We should all work together. LA works with each other. We should work with each other." And the moment that I found out that they had information that they could have just readily handed over
Yeah.
to help each other, to uplift it. Because
Mhm.
if I know it, I'm like, "Girl, here.
Here's what here's what we're doing.
Here's the information, blah, blah, blah. Do
Yeah.
this, apply." No, they were the opposite. They're
Gatekeepers.
gatekeepers. They
Yeah.
didn't say anything. And finally, when I did say something, they got really uncomfortable. But didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, you don't need them.
No, I don't.
You
Don't need
them.
me later.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Don't need me later.
No, no matter what takes off for you, I cannot wait to just like sit back and watch. I know that something's going to happen, and like we were talking, it just takes so much dedication, you know?
It does.
And it's like a constant, just a constant beat. So good for you that you're able to keep up with it, and you keep churning out content, and people keep liking it. So
I know. I'm so grateful. I love you.
there it is, and that's the magic. That's why we love it so much.
And I love my followers. I'm so grateful for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so happy.
I love it. Okay, I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
To happy belated birthday.
Oh,
your birthday was
you.
I'll say recently, because
yesterday.
This will be it was yesterday.
But yeah, with July 1st.
It's okay, yeah. No, but it's good. So your birthday was recent.
Yeah.
What did you do?
So I actually threw a party, and I didn't want my thing is I always want people to show up, even if they're kind of broke and going through it.
Yeah.
So I picked a location, which is Gibby's on Southeast Military. They're so sweet, and I wanted they're not expensive.
Yeah.
Shots are not expensive.
Yeah.
Drinks are not expensive.
Love it.
I loved it. They did a fantastic job. So had it there. People came over. We partied. We drank. They brought gifts, and it was just I couldn't ask for a better day.
Yeah. I love that. That's
and then we went to Pride.
Ooh, perfect.
As if you couldn't tell, I'm gay.
What?
Shocking! Is it my manly voice? Gotcha!
You're hilarious.
So sorry.
I love that. Did you have a good Pride month?
Well, I'm gay all 360
Well,
some days.
I know, but like San Antonio really there's a lot of events is what I mean. Did you attend a lot of things?
So I didn't attend a lot of things, but I did go to one.
Gay all year.
I'm gay all year, Mia. But this month I did have fun. I went to Cali, came back.
Yeah.
I was invited to this gorgeous event here in San Antonio. Don't ask me, I don't know the name.
Okay. Gorgeous event.
It was a cute event. And so it was so much fun. This is a great month.
Yeah, good. And I also like that you mentioned you picked somewhere for your birthday that was like the drinks weren't a lot, because there's nothing worse, again, my podcast, my opinion, than going like I love a bougie place for a dinner.
Me too, but
for a date,
intimate.
But for a birthday, the more ratchet that it gets for me, I'm like, that's a little bit better.
I feel like it just didn't want to take anyone's pocket just to enjoy my day.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to feel stressed about one day.
Yeah.
And I wanted them to come with a full heart.
You're sweet.
And so that's why I said it, because I was like, I want them to come with, even if an empty pocket, but a full heart, and we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So next time I feel like I don't want to do a party, I just want to have a dinner. That's it.
I normally, I think I normally do like a dinner as well, but this year I threw like a pretty big party here.
Yeah.
I like a disco cowgirl kind of thing.
Here, yeah.
Oh
yeah, it's a big space, girl. She got a big home.
Well, we moved our couch out. We put a DJ up there. It was fun.
Up?
Yes, but I was like,
where'd you move that big ass couch, girl?
In the garage.
No, it's a big, so it's gorgeous.
In the garage, thank you. No, I used to try to have like the tiny little couches out there, and I was like, this is a sitting room, and my kids were just like a jungle gym, and I was like, oh, I need to get them a real couch.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You have a really calm aesthetic.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very peaceful in
Thank
here.
you. Enough about me. This is about you.
Yeah, you're right. Start the shooting questions. Thank you. It's hard hitting questions from the street.
Yes. No, but so I do like that you were being considerate, because I think that's very important when you're inviting people to come, especially celebrate you for something. Like, you still got to be considerate about them. So it says a lot about your character.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna ask, what is one of the favorite skits that you have of all time? Like, when it's one of your favorite skits.
Oh, I want to say that honestly. I think it's the abuela character.
Yeah.
It's only because it's not that it's the most popular one. It's because my grandmother, I get to revive her from the dead, you
Yeah.
know, and I get to relive those moments as her.
Yeah.
And so I get to, when I'm doing these characters, it's fun for me. When they get serious, they can get a little heartbreaking, but at least I know I'm safe.
Yeah.
And that's how my grandma made me feel,
Yeah.
safe. So I love my abuela character.
If she could come down and say something to you about how you're doing her character, what would her words be?
She would say, lose weight. You don't want to be fat like me. I would be like, I'm so sorry. And then the next thing she would say is, why did you wake me up? I was asleep.
Oh my god, I just watched one too where it was like the neighbor, and she's like, go inside, and she goes in and she's like, I'm like, abuela, get it.
Yes. Oh, she was fatting herself, honey. Yeah. But the other ones I do enjoy are the best friends one, because so what I did is to kind of tie this in, or marry this in, as you said.
Yeah.
Is I like to put storylines behind these characters, and so when the first ones that took off the best friend's funeral,
yeah,
I wanted to showcase who they were before she passed away. So these two characters that you see, the one's mischief and what are doing all this bad stuff,
yeah.
I wanted to showcase who they were and who she was before she passed away, and how they were so good to each other and protective, and sisters. And so whether they liked it or not, they're going to protect each other through the good and bad.
Yes.
And so I will come up try to make it as funny as possible by doing darts, like, you know, so she doesn't go to the ex-boyfriends, you know. I don't even know how you did it, but yeah, it's so interesting. That stuff is how I tie it in. But it's fun.
I just like that mind of yours. I don't even know how you're very creative. And
Thank you.
This is like, that's what it's all about. You know,
yeah,
you have to be, in order to keep it fresh and like constantly come up with ideas.
I mean, sometimes I'm repeating myself, but I'm like, they don't remember.
No.
That was an old one.
I mean, it's true though. Like, literally when I'm on my phone sometimes, and you're just like, we call it doom scrolling, where you're just like, you know, you're not even paying attention, and then so people it doesn't stick for a long time, is what I'm saying, you know. So you can recycle stuff.
So, yes, you can. And so I also wanted to, the moment that my video does the scrolling, that you hear the whiny child, Grandma. I want you to know exactly who the fuck that is. Yeah,
so then they stop. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
And even if you're not like looking at to see what video this is coming from, because I get this all the time. Grandma. She's so whiny. Yeah. I can't stand how whiny she is, but it's funny. Yeah. But what teenager is funny? I was going to say, she is me. Yes, her is I. She is me, her is I. Yeah, yes. But they'll ask me, like, who are you mimicking, or where's this coming from? And I'm like, me, bitch. It's me. I am her. Her is I. I was so whiny when I was younger. Really? So it's easy to play this character because I know exactly what the fuck I did. You're like, I can't make this shit up. No, some of the stuff is just so easy to mimic because I was there. Yeah. And I could whine and she would let me, and I was a spoiled brat. Oh my gosh, I see that with my middle child. I was so spoiled when I was little.
Like I would throw tantrums. I remember.
Yeah, me too.
And kick the wall.
Oh my god, me too.
And we lived in like a little home. It was like a double wide, so the walls were thin, so everything on the other side was like, boom, boom, like the pictures. And my mom would be like, "You better cut it out." And now I see my daughter do tantrums, and I'm like, it's true. It comes back to get you.
That's why you shouldn't have kids.
Well, now you tell me. I got 3 of them.
Sorry, it was a little late. You didn't ask me. No, but I feel like it's my fun way to bring back the good old days, and then also the times that I got to grow up with her. And when people tell me that she's whiny, duh.
Yeah, that's the point.
What teenager isn't? What 12, 13, 14 doesn't talk back, doesn't have a whiny voice, doesn't expect a yes every single time? Right. Exactly. So she's gonna be whiny. Yeah. That's her schtick. Schtick. That's her thingy.
Yeah, no, you're like, you sound whiny complaining about her.
Yeah, correct.
How about you stop complaining?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, fucking bitch. But
Grandma, this bitch definitely
¿Cuál? ¿Quién dijo eso? And so I like what I also did, I tied it in, is that it took a while for them to realize it, but one of my ghetto characters, which is Mousy. Mousy is actually Paula when she gets older. So that's why when people are like, "Where's Mousy?" I was she's right there. She's right there. In her pink fucking hair. Because I wanted you to see both spectrums. Right. When she was younger, fool, what's up? It's the word of the deep and the chula can't still eat. And I also wanted you to see her as a controlled woman. Yeah. That loves her just being a grandmother. And so now she's just this 2 different spectrums. Yes. Because you're not going to be the same when you're an 80, 70, 50-year-old woman. No. And you weren't the same when you were a teenager, right? So I wanted to go through those cycles in life. I just can't believe, like, God, and I keep saying this because character development takes so much work. So I'm just like, if somebody was able to like be a fly on the wall in the room when you're practicing these things, I just wonder what that's like. Well, I would be farting. So the fly would be by the fart. I think they would need mace or sun spray. Santi, bring your own cologne. Sorry. My bad. Sorry. But I like the little girl, you're like, what is that? I'm scared. Where's you? You guys hear? It wasn't me. I'm scared. The fact that you know the video, I'm like, I'm scared. That one lives in my fucking head. Red, free Mika. I do. I'll tell Annie just randomly, like, I'm scared. He's like, we know what I'm talking about. That's so perfect. I love it. Okay, we're going to do some hot takes. Oh, I love hot takes. So I'll do 3, you do 3, okay? Okay. Let's see. What do I got? I'm scared. Guys, did you hear that? Okay. I'm like, hot takes, y'all better start sponsoring this. For real. Sponsored by Hot Takes. Look how good sound. Sponsored by Hot Takes. Come on, Hot Takes. Okay, I'll go first. All right. I'd rather go on a vacation to the mountains than the beach. Beach? No, not me. No beach? Yeah. Really? You do the mountains? No, I'm saying like I'd do the beach. Yeah. Oh, yeah, me too. I love the mountains though. Yeah. So, but I think I love to see them from the beach. Yeah, you can get the best of both worlds. Exactly. But I really don't want to be over there in the cold. Yeah, I don't want to do all that either. I don't want to hike it up there. No, hiking. No, sorry, I love hiking. It just made me throw up. Oh no. I love hiking. Yeah? Yeah, I love it, but I don't love it enough to like choose it over a beach. Oh, bitch. I know, yeah. Wait, is it Corpus Beach or is it like... No, a nice beach. It's a nice beach. No offense, Corpitos. I love you with all my heart. But you got tar. Yeah. No sé qué chingados es eso. You should wash your bedding once a week.
Oh, I think you should. Do I? No, I don't get to it that often, if I'm being honest.
Ew.
Once a week?
Once a week?
Yeah. How often are you washing your bedding?
About every 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Don't say that because I just said that.
No, it's true. Like every
She's
2
lying
weeks.
Every 6 months.
No, but I do. So I have like extra sheets, so we can swap them out. I don't have to get to it right away, you know.
Oh, she got mine. Yo nomás tengo los uno pinche sheets. So if it's been a hot day, honey, that bitch, she's gonna do it once every like week. But it takes a while.
But I'm very big on like, I don't like getting in bed without a shower.
Oh, okay, good.
You know?
Let me. I have gone out drinking, and I sometimes
you can help.
I don't know. I don't know how I crawled to that bed, but I got there magically. So I'm grateful that I just got to the bed.
I wonder what the most common, like if people are like, yeah, absolutely every week. I'm like, you got too much time on your hands. It takes too long.
It takes too long by the time you do the pillows, the covers, the duvet cover.
I fucking hate the duvet cover.
Ew, I love it, but I hate it.
Yeah, I'm like, they need to make that easier though.
For real.
Yeah. I'm like, this is a man's job. I make my husband do it.
I know. You know what? Sometimes I wish I had.
What?
Do you remember those? I don't know. But I grew up where you had those lines outside. What are those called?
Yeah. The clothesline.
The clothesline,
yeah,
yes. And hang. Oh my God, the sun would take care of the motherfuckers real quick. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Dry.
And it's dry. No, I would use them to like do jungle gyms.
Well, she was skinny too. I hate her.
Bitch.
We didn't have those options. It was for toallas and everything.
Like, Grandma, your underwear on the clothesline.
That's something she would not put out there. That underwear was inside her room.
Grandma, stop hanging your underwear.
No, she would always be like, déjalo ahí en el pinche cuarto. I was like, ew, there's your pig. So, cállate los hocico, vete para allá. I was like, ooh, she's rude.
She's rude.
Wow.
Okay. Men should not wear skinny jeans.
If they have a big pee-pee. Only.
Wait, if they do, they should.
They should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to see it?
God, we should all see it. No, I don't know. I love skinny jeans, but I feel like no. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I don't mind like it being, what's the word?
Fitted a little.
A little fitted is okay, but like a skinny jean
like
where it's like
jeans.
this, like, no, those are mine, honey.
Ew, those are mine too.
I'm like, get out of my closet.
Babe, not you again.
Where are my jeans?
Okay. Come on, Caitlin. But yes, okay, so my turn. Meeting someone through a dating app is less meaningful than meeting them in person.
I mean, I could go both ways on that.
I'm
You
sure
answer
you could.
first. You can answer first. I'll let you go first.
I would like to meet somebody in person. Online, I feel like I'm just getting the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And guys will hit on me left and right, which they should. God bless them. And but I feel like it's not. There's something about it that doesn't feel authentic.
Yes.
And I want them to kind of be able to look at all my curves in person.
In person, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want no surprise.
Like, take it all in.
Exactly. I don't want them to get to the house and they're like, I'll let you go. So let's go through this in the beginning.
Yeah. Let's just get it out of the way. All the formalities.
Exactly.
I feel like in person, they have to try a little harder.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And people feel, I mean, just like internet trolls, you can talk a big game online.
Oh, yeah. Everybody does that.
But in person, it's like you either... Yeah, I mean, you really have to have like the confidence to carry a conversation.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
You know, a lot of people tell me that because the way you said it, is that I'm very intimidating.
Yeah.
And I was oh, that's good. And they said, no, that's not good. I said, no, it's good because the right one won't find me intimidating.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The right one will find me gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And just luscious. And divine.
Well, and it's kind of going back to what we talked about, where like if somebody can muster up the confidence to approach you, especially Correct. In that aspect, right? Like I wasn't hitting on you.
No, you should have though. Or at least your husband.
Yeah. I'm like, hey.
Now I would have been mad. Don't touch me.
Don't talk to me.
Sister. Yikes.
Grandma.
Grandma. She's doing it again.
No. I do think like I just feel like put your money where your mouth is. Do it in person.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
All right. Going out on a Saturday night is better than staying in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You know, I'm not, look, let me be honest. I'm single, so I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to.
Rightfully so.
Exactly. I don't have kids.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I have my own place. It's cold as fuck. And so when you come in here, you're going to bitch. But the honest truth is, if I want to do something, I'm going to go do it.
Yeah.
If I have a partner and we mutually are like, hey, babe, I want to stay inside. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Order me some fucking food.
Yeah.
And it better be Thai. Nothing less.
Nothing less.
But for the most part, in my current moment, if we're going out, let's go out.
Yeah.
You?
I think so. Even though I'm married and have 3 kids, I was made for the streets, and I love going out on Saturday night.
On the streets.
Literally. Yeah, I'm all for a good time, and my husband will be like, chill out, Let's just like stay home for a little bit.
You chill out, vato?
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
You want to fight, is it?
Those are fighting words. Yeah, no, I love going out. I love being with people. I love conversation. I love meeting people. I don't know, not even like, obviously I'm not saying like meeting new men or anything like that, but I just like meeting new people, learning about people.
Correct.
And I do feel like when I'm just meeting you for the first time, I ask so many questions because I'm just so interested in people,
too.
And I'm like, damn, not me interviewing everybody that I meet.
Now, this is something that I've taught myself of not to interview them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like an obligation to answer.
Right.
So I'll mimic some of the words that they say. Like if they said, oh, I went to the cabin for the weekend. Oh, you went to the cabin? And what did you guys do at the cabin? Yeah. So then I'm repeating their words to them. Because people love talking about themselves, even the people that say they don't. They do. You just have to repeat the verbiage back to them. Yeah. So even if they say like a kayak or whatever, repeat it back to them. It's a trick that I've learned.
Oh, look
because
at you.
Then they're not forced to like think of things.
Keep asking.
The ball's on their court the entire time.
Yeah. Look at you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start doing that.
Yes, I do it with men all the time. Women, me vale verga. I would rather know when I die than how I die.
Oh.
This one's morbid, right?
I mean, good question to wrap it up. You do have a true crime podcast.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so I'd rather know, when than how?
Correct.
Yes.
Well, yes, so what?
I think I'd rather know when I'm dying versus how I'm dying.
Yeah, I don't think I would like to know how either.
I don't either, because if it's like you're gonna get hit by a train, well, bitch, I'm never going by a train again.
Okay, I'm never gonna step outside.
I'll just stay inside.
The only train is the choo-choo one, honey, on Saturday nights. Choo-choo. But that could be the train. I know. You got me, universe. Well played. Well played, universe.
That's a good one.
Bye.
I know, you're like, you didn't say it was open to interpretation.
Go on, bitch. Ew, she's so crafty. But yeah, I think I would rather know when than how.
Yeah.
Scary. Ew.
I know. Are you scared to die though?
No.
No? It's inevitable, right? Like,
it's the only thing we have to offer is to be alive and then die.
Yeah. I mean, I hope I don't do it early. Like, Lord,
no, I won't.
Lord, don't take me early.
I won't. I'll see you at your funeral. See you, bitch. Go to your husband. Is he okay? Are you okay? Do you need anything?
Do you have on tight jeans? Skinny jeans?
Now that you don't have a wife.
I'm like, babe, do not go wearing skinny jeans anywhere.
You can wear whatever you want. I'm not like that, bitch.
I won't tell you what to do. I won't
No, I'll be there.
Oh my God, you're the best.
No, but to be honest, I would be scared, but in the sense of scared that people won't move on.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to do with, I feel like the day that it's time to go, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And I always tell my nephews and nieces this, and I tell my best friend to tell them this.
Yeah.
When the moment comes, and if I have to go before you, remind them that I lived every single day and that I tried.
Yeah.
And at least I didn't give up.
Yeah.
And I want them to know that they have one life to really like fully succeed in anything that they want. But I don't want them to carry that burden. That was my life.
Yeah.
And my life only.
Yeah.
You can cry, but you can't carry it.
Yeah.
And so I tell her that. Like I'll sit down and I'll tell her, I'm like, remind them. If I go before them, is there anything you want me to tell your nephews and nieces? More likely it's gonna be me to her. Like so you might as well just tell me. Just write it down for me.
Write it down.
No, God forbid. No, but me muero también. I'll go that same day. Bitch, open that coffin up.
I'm coming in.
Me tiro adentro. I will throw myself in the honey. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I do have an open conversation because it just needs to be heard.
Yeah.
And said.
No, for sure.
Right?
Oh, Nada's talking about death at the end of this podcast. And
my true crime podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. It's called The Double Face.
Mm-hmm. You can find, and it's easy to find it, and it's like the audio is pretty good. You said you don't. What are you using to record?
Just my phone.
Oh well, it worked.
Pues chingao. I know.
It worked. I have something for you.
Ooh.
I just need to find it. Where did we put it?
Oh my gosh, she's about to propose. I knew it. I saw the glitter eye. Bing. So yes, thank you so much for listening, guys. This is my podcast is true crime, and it's a little spooky, but things need to be heard. And I just did one, girl. I just did one, and it. Yes, some of them are two-parters because there's so much information, but ooh, you're gonna love it, honey. Don't thank me now. Thank me after. Oh, by the way, I'm Juan. This is so nice.
Happy birthday
to you.
Sexual.
Wow. I thought I was giving Marilyn Monroe vibes.
You were. It's the part.
Oh my God, Uncle. Look, my grandma's probably like, he's never gonna get skinny.
She's like, bah.
Can I tell you something? She would, when I was younger, she would be like, mijo, te estás poniendo gordo.
Yeah.
Get skinny. You're not gonna be a model.
That's a cultural thing for sure, I think. Like, yeah, I think.
But now I do that with my nephews and nieces.
Don't do it.
I know.
It leaves scars. It leaves scars.
I can't wait for those scars. Generational trauma. I'm here for it.
I know.
A gift too, mamita.
I did because I really did appreciate you making the effort to come over here.
Thank you, and I'm glad you noticed that.
Yes. No, I did.
I know. I'm glad.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta.
No. I know.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me.
Oh my God. I love it.
Can I open it?
Yeah, you can open it. So it's a little funny and it's a little
like,
normal.
I don't know how to close it.
I'm gonna move it right here.
Okay. So you're a lot shorter, so I'm like. Ugh.
Oh no, you're good. You can open it. So part of it is because I was listening to your live stream yesterday. You're on TikTok live, so you're gonna laugh at part of it. He went off on tangents about mission tortillas and how if you're not going to make them from scratch, you better get flour.
You white bitches, I love you with all my heart, honey, but you better not be buying these mission tortillas. These are from HEB and they're the flour tortillas.
They are good.
They need to still be cooked a little bit. So get these. I will fuck you up if I see a mission tortilla, mija.
I can always taste the difference.
This was This was good.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I do.
Blue lava.
Yeah.
Let me smell it. You know it smells like beach.
Yeah, I like that one. Beach.
It does. It smells pretty. I like it.
Good. Okay.
It's not from Bath and Body Works, so that's good.
Yeah, no, they're
I heard
bad for you.
I know. Allegedly. Oh, this is pretty.
Yeah, so this is like one of my favorite wines. It's not made from...
I love sweet red.
Yes, I love it. It's like not overpowering sweet, but it's got a little like.
So she got me a San Antonio Winery Cardinal Reserve American Sweet Red. It's I don't even want to touch it.
Yeah, well, yes, you have to drink it though.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay,
drink
I'll
it.
drink it.
Drink it because I do.
Con
I
tortillas.
love that one. Yes, with
What the fuck?
I just thought it was like a little gag because you went off on those tortillas, and I was like,
because I hate. So one time we were real quick. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
So one time, I was the first time I was a flight attendant. It was right after COVID. So we all had separate rooms, but we would still cook for each other. You know, we're struggling, honey.
Community.
Exactly. Well, one of my friends was like, I love her to death, but she said, I'm going to cook you some tacos. And I said, no, the fuck you're not. And I said, not if you can't say tacos. And she's like, no, I'm going to make you tacos. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll make them. And so she made vegetarian tacos. Of course, you white people are crazy, honey. You white people, I love you, but are you crazy? And she made me vegetarian tacos, but she got the tortillas mission. I wanted to fight her on site.
Like, someone called 911.
She's gonna need it.
Get the police. She broke the law.
She broke the law. And we were in Salt Lake City, so I wasn't really expecting a high, like, because it's Salt Lake City.
All right.
But at the end of the day, the tacos were really good. I love you, but I did shame her for it.
Yeah.
I said, bitch, don't you ever do this shit again.
I can always taste the difference. Like, and I hate being picky. So sometimes I'll like be nice and eat it, but I'm like, don't swallow it. Don't swallow it.
Let them turn around.
Like,
I can't.
I'm not eating carbs right now. You just eat inside.
So sorry. I know. I just can't stand Mission Tortillas. I love you, Mission Tortillas. Sponsored, not me. Her.
I'll take the HEB one.
Yes, HEB. But because they're raw, they're still a little raw. Yes. They need to be cooked, and those are really yummy.
I do love them. Like, I mean, they come in clutch. Because my tortillas, when I try to make them from scratch, come out like Texas.
Yeah, me too.
They're still edible, but like, Texas.
Well,
they're like a little fat on one side, a little thin on the other. You know. I don't know how.
Like my waistline. It's an uneven curve. Mine comes out like Tennessee.
The whole United States. But like, bro, I can never get it in Italy.
It's horrible. Mine are horrible, so I don't make tortillas.
Yeah.
But I know not to like get the bad ones.
Yeah, so I'm like, these will do. And as long as like my family likes these, so I'm like, I'm good. Ain't nobody got time to be rolling. What? Oh yeah.
Like some, I'm like,
a corn tortilla I can get away with like packaged. Yeah. Guerrero is good for corn.
Corn, correct. But flour,
I'm like very picky.
You should tell me. It's just a picky thing that we have.
To sum it up, we're picky about tortillas.
We love tacos. And batos.
Tacos and batos. Oh my goodness. Okay, Jose, before we end all of this, you got to let people to know, if you do not follow him, which why the fuck aren't you?
Why the fuck aren't you?
But where can they find you?
So I'm on everywhere. Podcast. Well, my regular schmegler stuff is on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Clapper. I'm all everywhere. JosenotJuan in all my platforms. For my podcast, it's on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and it's on YouTube, and it's under the Double Face. It's a true crime podcast. Thank you.
Thank you again. Ding.
Ding. No, you can add that to it.
Okay, yes, I will, yeah. No, I am just so thrilled that you came here. I feel like people have gotten to know you a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's the goal of these, is just, we have people here in San Antonio that are really shining on social media, and this is just to highlight what you're doing, the effort it's take to get you there, because nothing is just handed to you overnight. So all of that hard work, good job for you, and I really hope to see you exceed. I know that you're going to excel in whatever it is that you want.
Thank you. I will.
Yeah. I love it.
I am and will. Thank you.
And bring commerce back.
Yeah, no.
Oh, bring military back.
No. Bring the almost back. The
almost.
Part.
Okay, we can do almost, yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys so much for listening or watching here on YouTube. Make sure you tune in next week for a new episode.
Ciao.
Bye, Grandma.
Bye.